Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior British Columbia. So welcome to my live. This is my Technique Tuesday. This is one of my favorite ones to do, but I'm running out of techniques to do, so I do need your help. Reach out to me if there's different techniques that you'd like to see me do. I am revisiting an awful lot of my techniques, especially when different things come due. And I'm excited, very, very excited about today because this is one of my favorite techniques, but I'm doing with a bit of a twist. So if you're joining me through YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed just down below, right about here. Make sure you hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately. Or if you're joining me on my Facebook page, just remember that those videos are only good for 30 days. So if you do want to make sure that you don't miss any videos, you'd have to hop on over to my YouTube channel. Also, another thing that's new is I do have a new blog. So any of my things on Pinterest that are not linking back to it's saying that I'm closed, it's because TypePad gave us 30 days notice. I didn't have any chance to even let anybody know. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that on Pinterest. I'll have to find a different way to make that work. Anyway, so welcome to Technique Tuesday. We are, oh my goodness, I am so excited. Let me just go down to my desktop here. Do you know what this is? This is from the pre-order. It is Vellum again. You guys, we have Vellum. I don't think I went every month. Like, I mean, they must get sick and tired of me going on to this suggestion box. But this is 12 by 12. Not my favorite size for card making or anything like that. But I will put up with the 12 by 12, especially the fact that it's Vellum. This is the heavyweight Vellum. So I'm very, very excited about it. I find I don't get as much from a piece, but you know what? I'm okay. Like I say, if I can get some Vellum and be able to play with my techniques and that sort of stuff, because there's so many techniques and so many beautiful things that you can do with Vellum. That's the heavyweight Vellum. It's 12 by 12 and it comes in a pack of 12 of them. So anyways, that's really good stuff. All right, so this is the Vellum alcohol technique with a twist. Now, I know you've seen me do this one before, but I really think that this is one that we need to revisit to remind you, especially when Vellum is coming back on the market. It is available for everyone as of September. Great way to get it now if you want to join with the starter kit. Spend $48, get $135 or $165 worth of stuff, or spend $135 and get $252 worth of stuff. Anyways, because this is part of our pre-order, so it's a great time to get it. Oh my goodness, you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions about that. All right, so this will post tomorrow on my Facebook group. There is a link down below here at 9:05. And these go into the file section, so you can go in and get these at any time that you want to download them. Right, so we are going to be using mainly Snowy Delights, and maybe just a tiny bit from the Snowflake Kisses. I'm probably going to use one of the sentiments from there as well. But really kind of neat. I'm trying to come up with, not like I'm in some swaps, and I'm trying to do something that is more winter related. Maybe people would understand. I don't know. Anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using those. All right. So this particular technique, like I say, I've shown it before, and I'll show it to you again, just because it's a great technique. Now, I do have my piece of Vellum. It's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Remember, this is the nice thick Vellum. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm actually just going to put this on here. And we are going to actually emboss on here. And this is what's going to give us a tiny bit of a different look on there. So I'm just going to use my embossing buddy on here. This is not really the technique, but you know me and anything to do with embossing. Now, this Snowy Delight, this particular one needs to have that big block. But I can't get my hand around that block. And I only need a portion of this anyways, so I put it onto this. What size block is this one anyways? It's the E block. So I'm just going to come in with my Versamark. Going to ink up as much of it as I can. And then I'm just going to go off, kind of off corner, off edge, and just do it like that. Remember to say hello. I see that I've got people on here, but people are being very, very shy. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my white embossing powder. There is a different way to heat actually with vellum. This is nice that it's a cardstock weight though. Anyways, so let's just come on here. So any techniques that you'd love to see me do, just reach out. There's lots out there. I need to go more so back into the artists, the media, 3D, the mixed media sort of things. So, all right. So let's come here. And then I'm going to heat set this. Now, this is going to be really important. With this heat setting, you want it on a high heat because you don't want it so that it's not heating, but you got to be very, very careful with vellum. Now, when I'm doing other heat embossing, I say don't do this, but we are going to do this. We are going to also heat from the bottom, and we're going to be going back and forth when we're heat embossing this because we don't want it to warp or burn the paper. So that's what we're doing. I can see it starting to turn, but see, I'm keeping it so it's not warped as well. But you do want to make sure you get it all, that's for sure. So almost done. Heat from the other side. And there we go. All right, so this is the technique coming up. So what we want to do is on the reverse side of this, so I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to use my stamping blends. Now, I'm thinking to myself, where is one of those stamping? There's Azure Afternoon. I don't know how this one's going to work, but I'm using Misty Moonlight as a card base, but I'm not going to use Misty Moonlight. It's just a little too dark on the back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark this, do this in circles. You could do it in stripes. You can do it in a lot of different ways. So there's that's Light Night of Navy. And then I found that the Azure Afternoon. Hello, Lila. I'm using Azure Afternoon or Azure Afternoon. I guess that depends what country you're from, right? And then I'm also going to come in and we are going to use some dark balmy blue. Like I say, I've done this technique different times, and that looks kind of pretty just on its own, right? And then what we're going to do, and I may have to come in afterwards, is I am using alcohol. So this is 99%. 91 to 99% is what you need for this. You can't go the 70% or it will not work. Now I'm pouring some of this into this tray. And then I'm just taking a cotton swab And we are just going to dab this onto the back. Now I could have really dramatic ways for it to look, but I think that light Night of Navy is dark enough on there. If it's not, I'm going to come back in and just daub it up just a bit more. It dries very quickly. You know what? I think it needs a bit of the Night of Navy. So let's just put a bit of that right here, a bit more over here. Once you have that alcohol on there, it doesn't quite let you sponge as much on there, but this will let me do this. All right. Now, you can use the darker colors. Hello, Kathy. The darker colors work really, really well with this. So, it dries very, very quickly. But we're just going to let that sit for a second. All right, so my card base, I'm going to have Misty Moonlight. It's 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. We're going to come in and do our bone folder. And then I thought Balmy Blue would be a good color, but I'm going to let you guys decide. It can be Balmy Blue, and then it's going to be this color, or should it be white and that color? Now let me just come in, and I'm just going to dry this, but I'm going to do it on a low heat. It'll kind of swirl it around a little bit, but it's just going to take those lasting ones there. Now, I used to do this with a stipple brush, and I really liked the effect on a stipple brush, but it was not giving me the exact look that I wanted. Okay, do I want this? We can put it on white. That does show the colors off, or do we want it on blue? On the Balmy Blue, I think it really shows off an awful lot more on the white, right? What do you think? Okay, so now what I want to do, well, kind of let you decide there. Tell me what you think. I do have some, I've gone ahead and cut out some snowflakes. I think these ones are going to be too big. So, white or blue? It doesn't matter too much to me. Okay, let's go with the blue. Seems to be what the census says. Okay, now we all know that it's really, really hard to put, to attach vellum to anything. So what we want to do is, I went and I took an adhesive on the white. You don't really notice the white. Do you want it on the white? Lila, white or blue? On the white, you don't really notice the white. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to take one of these adhesive sheets, and you want to go ahead and attach this onto the back of the vellum. I'm just going to take this, we're just going to butt that up. Because if I go and I attach it, what happens is that it's going to show, right? Glue dots show, tear and tape shows, but this seems to, because it's all consistent on there, and I'm just going to make sure that that's right even. Okay, just like that. Oops, we got a bit of a, there we go. Now I want to make sure Now what I should have done was I should have made it just a tiny bit smaller. So I'm just going to cut this off. There's just a tiny bit of that adhesive sheet behind. There we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is just take this sheet off. Bit here. Oh dear. So if you live in Canada, Canada Post was back. I went into the post office to get my Stamp Camp stuff mailed today. And wow, what a pile up. Apparently the other post office boxes are not accepting anything. But where I went, they accepted it. So that's good. I would imagine it's going to take a while to get. My large snowflake shows better with the blue. Which, this large snowflake or this one? Lala, I'm not making sense of anything that you're saying there. You said blue on white. This gives a bit of a contrast. Well, we'll do it this way, and if I don't like it, I can make another card with it on the white, right? All right, so this is going to go on here. Like that. And then this is just going to, see, it doesn't show up very much on the white, on the blue. Huh, should have done it the other way. Let's see if I can change this now. Nope. We're stuck. We're stuck. Anyways, it's all good. All right, so then this is going to go onto here. And then, but I think what I'll do is I'll put on some ribbon, so I'll wait for that. So we can put some of these snowflakes on here. Now, there was also a tag that was with the Snowflake Kisses. And it has little tiny snowflakes on it. So, do I go with the white or the blue? I think we'll do the white on this. And we'll do it in Misty Moonlight. And then the Snowflake Kisses has some cute little sayings on this. They have this one. It's on the blue now. It has happy winter on here, let it snow. I really like this one expression. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. You know what? I could put that on the inside. Anyways, I'm going to go happy winter on this one. Still can't figure it out. It's okay. All right, so let's see what this looks like on here. Let's come in here and just double check this. So right there. Okay. All right. So one other thing that I wanted to do on here was I wanted to take a block, and I wanted to take my Whisper White, this white craft pad, and just mark on here, or just stamp on there. And then I'm just going to come in with, and it should have been water. Well, let's try it with the rubbing alcohol. Let's see how it'll work. Probably won't work very good. just because that's what I had on my desk. And I'm going to splatter on here. Whoops. Oh, it almost looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like shimmer paint. It looks like, anyways, we're going to do that. That's going to give us, whoops. That's an interesting look. But it looks like you used the Wink of Stella with it. It's very interesting. I'm going to try a little bit more of the white in there, and let's see how that works. Let me grab that. Just shows that's all experimenting, right? This stuff's so thick. Let's just get a tiny bit of that. See how this is going to look. There, that's better. I wanted a bit more white in there. Whoops. There we go. Now I'm going to have to kind of let that dry a bit. So I'll just put that over here. Now you could also, you could have added a bit of, is this going to be too much? Wonder what this is going to look like. Just bear with me. I've got to check this out. Yeah, and then we'll just put a tiny bit of that on there as well. And then this also has, we have Balmy Blue. So I'm hoping that that is going to be dry enough. Just going to take it like this. We're going to take some tear and tape and put that onto the sides because I want to put some ribbon on here. On here like so. Doesn't show very much, but it will once I'm done. I'm going to just reinforce that down. There we go. Right, so let's just move that out of the way. So then this Happy Winter can go across here. We're going to put some snowflakes on here, like so. Now, we're also going to come with this, and we're going to tie a bow with this sheer ribbon. Now this sheer ribbon is synthetic, and so we're going to use the you know, what would have looked really pretty with this too would have been that Misty Moonlight ribbon. But let's go here. Got to tie this upside down. So yeah, by embossing on it, you're adding a bit more of a look with it. So let's just come and get this tied down a little bit more. All right, so we're going to put some dimensionals on here. Oops. Who doesn't like a blue and white card? A lot of snowflakes in this catalog and online exclusives. There's this one, then there's the delicate pine snowflakes. So let's just put that there. Now I'm gonna actually, hopefully I got some small dots. I do. I'm just gonna come in here and put one of these on here. And I have to glue this one on, or put it on with a glue dot, I think. Thanks, Lila. Oh dear. Here we go. And then I actually had these from the Snowflake Kisses. 1, 2, 3. Just put one there. I'm just going to put that on with the glue dot as well. There we go. So tomorrow I'll be live at about 3 o'clock with the mystery challenge. Now, before we do any of this, this isn't even attached yet. So before I attach this, I'm going to come in with my heat tool. And we're just going to just melt our ribbon. It was funny, the other day I made some things for Thanksgiving and I had somebody that tried to straighten out the ribbon when I did it on there. Anyways, that just gives a bit more of a different look on there. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this on. The other day I showed how to make sure that you can get your seal working really good. Okay. So let's just put that on there like so. I do have a piece of white for the inside. Happy winter. And you know what? I think I will put that. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. Wow, does that really go? May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. Sending warm hugs. Winter is warmer when we're together. Be warm and well. I think I'll do that one. There we go. And we'll come in with our well, it should be Misty Moonlight. Here we go. Yes, Lorraine, make sure that you do watch that. Be warm and well. And then let's just, this one's got such a great snowflake cluster. go. Right, just put that one in on the inside. Just goes there. And there's our card. So that really makes a different look on there altogether, doesn't it, than the other one when I did it, when you have the embossing and everything else. So there we go. This will post tomorrow at 9:05. I use Snowy Delights and Snowflake Kisses in this particular one. They both come in a bundle. This Snowflake Kisses, you get a lot of different types of snowflakes dies, where with the Snowy Delight you get 2 of the bigger dies, like this one would have been a good one, and then there's another one. Where is it? It's this one right here. All right, so if you like that, make sure that you give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do that. I will be live tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, and the clues will be posting at noon. It'll be something that you have in your craft room. Anyways, I hope that you'll join me. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul, and we will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock p.m. Bye for now.